EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that's a nice explosive run to get things started there. And there's something about when it's a night game, it seems a little bit more, meaning a little bit broader, a little bit crisper, maybe even the hitting and the contact's a bit more because guys have been waiting all day long to get at each other. And the best coaches that I played for, they handle night games really well, and they're a different animal than day games because you have to wait so long, yet you still have to harness all that intensity and then let it go at the proper time.
Now let's go!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now T.J. Yeldon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go with a big back Fournette. And now running right through it. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
All right, here we go.
Again to the fullback on the dive. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Set. 319. 319.
A handoff to Fournette. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Kessler.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers pointing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Now let's go. Green 30.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Fournette on the toss to the right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Kessler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan steps away to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 3rd down, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Calais Campbell on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons called on Matt Bryant. This from 44 yards away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and we get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that
really
one.
good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
A
whole
little bit.
thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green, 30.
Kessler off play action. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta Falcons, Charles, with that loss last week against New Orleans, they're now knocked out of the division race. It would have been a long, tough road regardless. But with all the injuries they've had on defense, and we've discussed this, it was going to be a tough stretch for them anyway.
It certainly was, and they didn't help their cause in the game because despite those injuries, despite the fact key players weren't on the field, they still moved the ball pretty darn well. They ended up losing 3 fumbles inside the Saints' 20, 4 turnovers overall, That's what cost you a chance to win a ball game, because they played them pretty tough, just hurt themselves when they had an opportunity to get the ball in the end zone.
And Matt Ryan, their leading rusher, with only 16 yards. The team had 26 rushing yards combined.
Say that one more time. Who's the leading rusher?
Matt Ryan.
That tells you all you need to know about that game.
Complete to Jones. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Ryan. Flushed out right. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Ryan will throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
After the interception, here's Kessler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
To throw, Kessler. Guys, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. James O'Shaughnessy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, it's Ryans. Looking downfield for Jones. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Ryan. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. That one good for 15 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Ryan, throw left side, complete. It's Coleman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Coleman, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. This is Coleman, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the 2nd half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now let's go.
They'll run with the fullback, Bohannon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back now in Jacksonville. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down as he'll mark this just over the 10-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back.
Right,
tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Here's a run with a fullback, Tommy Bohannon. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Jaguars on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Working from the gun, Kessler. He's going to rifle up and got his man complete. The 30, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the lead is now 17-3. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Ryan now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Green 39! Green 39!
A toss running left. Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Here we go now. Green 3.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
All right, here we go. 3.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Here we go now.
Oh, Kessler looks to throw it. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Hey. You got 4.
From the shotgun, Kessler. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Hey. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying.
Let's get started with some of the
It's a lazy, my passy deep in our rating. We act the fool for the paper. crossover, baby. Put the brand on me. Bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me, baby.